Hey guys, it's Dana Sacco here, your CRM system specialist, and I want to talk about something that actually came up in a meeting yesterday with a client. We were discussing SuiteDash, and y'all know that I'm back and forth on this one. They are doing so much with their system. I mean, it's really blowing my mind a little bit, and I'm not able to keep up with everything. But there was one thing that came up yesterday, which is huge, and I need to know what's going on with it, and I'm going to be playing with it some more. And if you have or know of something that this actually, if there's a workaround that you all are seeing, my only thing is that I cannot see or they cannot see appointments that, like, other team members can't see my appointments. And that doesn't help anyone, right? If, say, I have a virtual assistant who is like being super helpful and they're setting up my schedule and they're trying to help out and they're trying to see, okay, well, Dana doesn't has an appointment this day, maybe she can reschedule that one. Or if a client reschedules and we can't see their information, let me show you what I'm talking about. And I'm going to show you this. I don't edit, I don't pre-record a whole bunch of stuff and then piece it together, guys. So this is actually me working through it on my screen, and you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Let me make myself smaller down here so you guys can see this. All right, so this is actually just my Dana's playing with everything, right? Because I'm not using SuiteDash to the full extent at all for my business at this time. I'm very curious about it. I'm looking to build my system specifically for bookkeepers and accountants in it, because I think that would be absolutely amazing. I think that it would be great for them. The client portal, that's totally separate from this. Now, I'm not, most of the people that I work with, and this is why it hasn't come up for me before, is that most of the people I work with are solopreneurs. So we're doing our own scheduling, right? This is where it gets kind of funky. I know. All right. So my calendar is actually synced inside of my system. So, and you can see here, they've got 50 million different things coming up. So here are all my appointments scheduled. They're in my Google Calendar, right? Google Calendar, thank you for the two-way sync. I did talk about that a little bit ago, but let me talk about this. So I'm going to add an appointment. We're going to do this only because we're going to put it down here as this person. We're going to do it for the 11th at 9. We're going to do send appointments, boom. All right, this is perfect, right? So now it shows up. Here it is on the 11th. It's showing up here. Now, say we have a team member that's working with us. We have to go in and we have to go ahead and let me do manage staff. I'm going to go in and impersonate one of my people. And I'm going to impersonate Lorianne. Now, Lorianne does not have anything set up as far as a calendar inside of her system. And that is where I think that this might have a glitch. But it's not showing up in the SuiteDash system either. So say I go here, my calendar. Again, it's looking at her calendar. You can see that there's nothing here. There is nothing showing up. But if you look down here, and I have it set up for all users, say I want to look at the appointments for Dana, it's not showing up. So it's not showing up that she has that as Lorianne. It's not showing up here. Remember, I scheduled it for the 11th at 9 o'clock. The appointment's not showing up there. And if the appointment isn't showing up there, then how is she supposed to know what I'm doing? Also, say I make an appointment, or she made an appointment for me. Add an appointment. You can also see here, now I'm going to do, she's in West Coast time. She's over there, a lot earlier. This is a 9 o'clock appointment. It's allowing it to go ahead and do that. So unless you have all of these calendars, and this is where I'm wondering if a team calendar is required to be synced. There's no internal calendar system apparently with SuiteDash. So each person that you have, it looks like needs to sync this so-called team calendar. And under that syncing of the calendar, which ones should it be looking at? For example, if Lorianne, and I'm going to go over here and, so if I'm doing her integrations, and I'm going to go through here and show you again with the Google Sync, we're going to connect, sign in with Google. We're going to connect this calendar. Actually, cancel that. Let's connect this one. Oops, I changed my password, didn't I? There we go. View calendar, continue. And it comes up with this. She would have to log back in, but let's go ahead and there's a whole thing that it has to do there to go ahead and log in. And unfortunately, I don't know if I have that ability at this time. But if you have a team calendar, it might work. But if you don't have a team calendar, I don't think that this works because there is no internal system. It's also not, if I make an appointment for Lorianne, let's do this. And guys, this is, add an appointment type. Talk to me. I'm going to change the color just because the team member will be Lorianne. This is assigned to add. So, oops, set active. Yes, I want to set it active. My calendar. Add an appointment. Talk to me for client Dana Sacco. We're going to do it at a different time. So now again, you see it here at 10:15 a.m. It is for the same client. So if I am looking for all, I can't search by all clients. I cannot search for, say you set up different projects. Projects are not being shown either on this calendar. So again, if it is being set up, let me go ahead and shut this down and come back as me. My calendar. Let me do it by the month. You can see it doesn't show it there. Oops. But if I want to look at Lorianne's, let's see, it doesn't refresh. It's not refreshing to show me her appointments. So I can't see it. So this is a huge glitch if you have issues with people. If you have multiple people working together trying to figure out, who can take the call, anything like that, if you don't have it. So I don't know if this would be solved by a team calendar and everyone syncs that team calendar. But when you go in to sync a calendar, integrations, it doesn't give you the option of which calendars to look at. It's showing all of them. You can't pick and choose. Like if I wanted to do house cleaning as well, Dana Sacco, I do have a team calendar, but my main one is there, team calendar, refresh data. There's nothing usually on our team calendar except for people that are taking time off. But do you see what I'm talking about there? That this is really, multiple calendars need to be looked at, especially if it's a team, if everyone is looking at the team calendar. And if I have 5 people on my team, I want to look at the team calendar and I want to look at my calendar because they can be two different things. And if it's looking at certain pieces or even two different calendars, because I need to look at the team calendar to see if Lorianne can do the job. I also needed to look at my calendar to see if it can do the job. And I need to be able to schedule something. Say I'm available, awesome, but Lorianne isn't. Someone else needs to be able to do that. So there's a couple things here that really need to be almost clenched and cleaned up to fix this. This is kind of a big deal, especially since if I do not have anything synced, it's not letting me even delete the thing. Maybe because it's in the middle of doing it. But not being able to see the users, their appointments. Here we go. So there's mine. Let's see if if it shows this. It does not show again that appointment by Lorianne on this one. And when I did projects yesterday, it's the same thing. I'm not seeing projects. So this is a big glitch, especially when working with multiple people. Plus, when I do a project, I put it in my calendar system. And so it is in my Google Calendar right now using a different CRM system. So I have the project listed, right? I'm still available for phone calls, but that project goes from, say, the 11th to the 18th. It's a 1-week project. I have my start date, my due date, and it lets me know, okay, well, I can't start because I have that project going on. I don't want to start another one until maybe the 19th. And not being able to see projects listed here, I did have one yesterday, and they just aren't showing. By not having those listed, it really kind of doesn't work for me. It's kind of a major glitch system and in the system of how it's going to work. So I'm not sure if anyone's seen any type of workaround for this. If you have, please let me know. Or if I'm just totally missing something. This came up with two different people, and we were looking at it and we're like, I don't see I don't see their availability. Now, and then when, of course, someone is looking at my calendar, but they also need to be able to look at their own calendar and not necessarily everyone else's. So I don't know if there is a good way to kind of sync everything or how to make it work. Because I know on Calendly, it will look at multiple different calendars for me, and it can take a look at it to see, okay, well, this person's available and this person isn't. And it could be that we need to have projects that multiple people can do, either jointly or separately. I'm not sure. But if you are in this type of a situation with team members, this can be a major issue if you're using this as your scheduling system. So I hope this helps, and I hope that we get some answers for this, because seriously, with the updates that they have been doing, it's becoming even more amazing. And I'm very, very impressed with it. And I'm seeing a huge capability for a lot of the people that I work with. And I'm really hoping that this is huge and will develop even bigger, even for people that don't even need the LMS system. If they don't need it, they don't need it. And I know quite a few that don't. And so this, they're developing such a great product that I really want to see it work. All right. Hope that helps, and hope we get some answers. I will talk to you all soon.